Well, today we're rolling smoke on some pork spare ribs and some pork belly burn ends. We'll be using water oak for this smoke, running about 275 the whole way. This is my 8th cook on this Old Country Brazos with a smoke collector mod. I added a foot onto the stack to pull more airflow and a thermometer about 3/4 of the way down toward the firebox. And I don't use the temp probes on the grate no more, because I know when that thermometer that I added is reading 275, the smokestack end of the grate is within 5 to 10 degrees of that. So it's dialed in and it's running like it's supposed to. Good airflow, good smoke. That water oak is good wood to smoke with, and it's the only wood I got seasoned. I do apologize for some of the video. Doing all this on my phone. Maybe one day I can make some better videos for you guys. Alright, so we got some ribs going today and the makings of some pork belly burn ends, chud style. So it's time to wrap my ribs. Be real careful not to tear that bark off. I'm gonna go meat side down. And this right here is my homemade rub. And I can put the link in the description for the recipe on it. Today I got some homemade barbecue sauce, but I'm gonna use it for my pork belly burn ends. Today I'm just gonna use some Terry Black's barbecue sauce, which is my next go-to when I don't make my homemade sauce. Just put some on there like so. Rub it in on the back a little bit. And we'll get her wrapped up. And that's the my rub. And these are my salt and pepper ribs. You probably saw them in the last shot. I should have got a shot at the top. But I'm using Terry Black's spicy sauce on these. These are just salt and pepper, Texas style. Today I'm smoking water oak. Save all my red oak for my brisket cooks. So we'll rub that in real good. And we'll get that wrapped up. I'll show y'all the final product on it, and I'll do the pork belly bites when I get ready to put them in the pan. Alright, so I pulled my pork belly strips off. I'm going to let them rest. They're all reading around 190, 195 internal temp, which is good. Ideally, I would have wanted to pull them off at about 185, but I'll let them rest for a little bit, slice them up, throw them in that there pan with some of my homemade barbecue sauce, and cube them up, and they'll turn out real good. Alright, so we got them cubed up after a little short rest, and they've got some pretty good bark on them. They're tender. Now we'll take take the sauce and sauce them down real good. My homemade sauce has got onions in it, so sometimes they get caught up in there. I like to go heavy sauce. A lot of people like to put brown sugar on them and all that. I did put a little bit of butter in there. But I like them more savory than I do sweet, because pork belly is real rich in its own right. And we'll throw that back on the pit. I'll probably cover it up for a little while and then take it off, but we'll throw that back on the pit and let them cook down till they're melt in your mouth tender. Stay tuned. Alright, I took my ribs out of the wrap. That's the salt and pepper, Texas style. This is my homemade barbecue rub. What I typically like to do at this point is put them back on the pit, pour the juice back over them, and let that bark kind of build back up. I'll save the tin foil and put them back in the tin foil to rest. They're not quite done, but they're almost there. So I'll post a video when I get ready to slice. And these are the Texas style ribs right here. And they turned out real good looking. We'll get these sliced up here in a minute. Let's see what they look like. So we're getting them sliced up. I always slice with the meat side down when I'm doing my ribs. It makes it easier to cut them straight, not worry about hitting no bones from the top. And we're getting done slicing these things, and we'll go ahead and get them flipped over like so. Some good looking ribs, Texas style, 16 mesh, black pepper, and kosher salt. 2/3 black pepper, 1 part kosher salt. Juicy rib, look at that juice running out, nice smoke ring. Let's take a bite. Very good rib. Nice clean bite. That's what I like. And now we got my dry rub ribs. Getting them sliced up. I'll put the recipe for that down below in the comments if you are interested in trying it. It's not a bad rub. I did go a little heavy on it. I should have went a little lighter, but still good stuff. I'm just partial to salt and pepper though. You just can't beat a good salt and pepper rib, in my opinion. It's the best way to do it, but every now and again I change it up. So we got these ribs sliced up, getting them flipped back over. They're a little bit heavier on the sauce. I glazed them a little bit more before I pulled them off with Terry Black's sweet and tangy sauce. I used all my homemade sauce on the pork belly burnt ends. Let's take a look here. Nice smoke rib, very juicy rib. Look at that juice run out. Let's take a bite and see how this turned out. Oh yeah, very tender, nice clean bite. Can't beat that. Kill it. Here's the end product on the pork belly burnt ends. Thanks for watching, guys.